Look. I represent the game in a way that can't be challenged, and delegate the comments of hate that can't be managed. I was told once, roll my shoulder like blunts and don't get touched, but my skin tough and thicker than Miss Biz butt. So guess what? I'ma talk my shit and just win once. Throw uppercuts and bone breakers, a needle and haystack with haymakers. I throw mines, don't hide behind my straight right. I show mine and show no the blow by the blow, bro. I blow mines.
You out, sucker.
Yes, up off. Hey, y'all know what time it is, huh? Y'all know what time it is. It's prime time, baby. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz. Don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. RL, what's going on with you? Justin Aura. What's going on with you? Oops. All right, man. Look, first I want to say this. You guys know what I do. Let's get busy. Andre Ward, and Triple G going at it on Twitter. Hold on. See, look. No, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Of course, we got the receipts and all those things. We're going to get to the bottom. But I just want to say this. This is what happens when you have regrets. See, this is why we go so hard in this community for these fighters to take on the best. Of course, for us to see, we want to see who the best is. We want the best to fight the best. But another reason is for the fighters we love so much, that they can sleep at night knowing that they took on all challenges possible. See, they didn't leave anything on the table. They ate it all, which is why I go so hard, pause, for Gervonta Tank Davis saying, Tank, brother, you don't want to look back and say, look at all my prime years. What did I do? Did I take them all on? Did I use my prime years fighting Ryan Garcia? Did I use my prime years fighting Devin the Dream Haney or Lomachenko? Did I use my prime years fighting Rolly Romero? Shut up! Because then you wouldn't find yourself 10 years later on Twitter talking about, I said, but who said this, and who really ducked, and who really. So look, before we get into it, of course, we're going to talk about the subject, of course. And we're going to do our receipts. And we're going to have our Twitter fingers. Also, we have some ShowBizz advice. But first, in this month of February, we're going to cover some Black history. All right? Into Tyson Bell. Let me see what Sully has to say. It's prom time. Where you at? There you go. Can you play that MJ for me? You know what? I got you, brother. I got you. Where you at? Let me. That has totally become Sully's. That's Sully. That's Sully. If Sully's in the building, we're going to have to play that. Okay? And if you haven't done it already, what the hell are you waiting for?
Hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, get those.
You got to roll it. Huh? So look, let's do some Black history. Everybody, make sure you hit the like. 75 likes, that's not enough. Everybody, make sure you hit the like. Close the chat and hit the like. So, let's do some Black history. John L. Sullivan, considered historically as the first heavyweight champion of the world. Huh? Okay. But there's an asterisk. There's an asterisk. Because John L. Sullivan is the first gloved heavyweight champion. 1889. See. But before then, there were many champions before John L. Sullivan. Hold on. Let me see what J Body has to say. Everybody knows Triple G stands for Guadalupe. Listen, let's do the Black history. But before John L. Sullivan, there were many champions. We know that boxing started in the UK in the late 1600s. The Butcher and the Duke, they were champions then. It's kind of like George Washington, the first American president. Yeah, but under the Constitution. There were 8 or 9 presidents before him under the Bill of Rights, though. Okay? So John L. Sullivan, the first heavyweight champion, gloved heavyweight champion. Before then, though, there were champions all bare knuckle. Now, in the States, bare knuckle fighting was illegal federal law. So the UK had champions for like 200 years before John L. Sullivan. Here's the thing. We did have champions in the States. Now, there was some bare knuckle fighting going on that was recorded under the national, what they call that, the National Police Gazette. It was like a dirty magazine. But there were some American champions. The real champions that everybody was etching down in the record books were slaves. Here's the Black history. You all seen Django, slave fighting, bare knuckle fighting, and those who won, the baddest slaves, the badass slave, he was considered the champion. Which comes to this point, who I'm highlighting, we all know him as Tom Molyneux, fought for his freedom. His slave master was in great debt, which is going to be ironic soon enough. His slave master was in great debt. He said, hey, can you fight me out of this debt and fight for the championship? Tom Molyneux said, yes, as long as I get my freedom. His slave master, he had no other choice. Go ahead, Tom Molyneux. Fight for your freedom and me out of debt. Tom Molyneux, he won. Became heavyweight champion. Bare knuckle. Left, went to the UK. We all know that he fought Tom Cribb for the world championship. The heavyweight champion from the States against the heavyweight champion of the UK, which was Tom Cribb. And when I'm done with boxing, I'm going to make sure that this is the case. We see this as the first world championship bout. Tom Molyneux, an ex-slave, against Tom Cribb, the UK champion. Tom Molyneux, they fought twice. The first fight, I think it was like in 1810, something like that. The first fight, Tom Molyneux, he lost. But we all know foul play, some cheating. Everybody in the crowd saw what happened. So they had a rematch. Tom Molyneux just knew he was going to whoop Tom Cribb's ass. Drinking, having a good time. Tom Cribb victorious in the rematch. I'm the champion. Tom Molyneux didn't stop fighting. He fought for a few more years, 5 more years. After that, he retired in 1815. Then, like all champions do after they retire, he had exhibition bouts, kind of like Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Iron Mike Tyson, Joe Louis, all those boys, Jack Johnson. He had 3 years of exhibition bouts, but he died broke at age 34. The 77th Regiment out in Galway, Ireland, right? He died on the floor, broke, no money. He got tuberculosis, spending time in debtor's jail. That's the irony. Died at 34 years old, 1818, August 4th. He couldn't afford, they buried him nameless. There was no plaque, there was no grave site, none of those things until 2019. My girl.
Today, Ireland's own boxing champ, Katie Taylor, unveiled a headstone in his honour at a medieval cemetery in Merview.
He's involved in the first ever world title fight, and that fight was a grueling 44 rounds. I don't know how he did it. I find it hard to go 10 rounds, never mind 44 rounds.
It was Katie Taylor's manager, Brian Peters, who made today happen.
And that's the Black history. Which is why, when I'm done with this, Tom Molyneux and Tom Cribb will be seen as a world championship fight, the first. And females, women boxing will be appreciated. We're going to have a men's pound for pound, a women's pound for pound, and an all-inclusive pound for pound. Who's the baddest ass in the land? Tyson Bell. Okay. Here we go. Let's get the black sugars. Let's get the black two sugars. That's fire. It's 100%. So check this out. Let me a little early Twitter finger going on here. Let's read what was said, the back and forth, which was said on Twitter. So you have Andre Ward responding to a fan, talking about who did he wish he could have fought. Andre Ward brought up Triple G, said Triple G ducked. Triple G said this in response: Andre, stop lying to the fans. Your team made the offer after I announced the fight with Lemieux. He said your team made an offer after I announced the fight with Lemieux. Now, his fight with Lemieux was around October 2015. He announced it. I remember ESPN. It was a couple months before. He said, your team made the offer after I announced my fight with Lemieux. Okay. And sold out Madison Square Garden. You are still angry since that you never sold tickets like me. HBO knew you used the offer for publicity to move to 175 when he fought Kovalev, right? He had a couple fights at 175, fought Kovalev. He said that you just used my name, Triple G, as publicity. And then he said, happy birthday. Andre Ward, he says, I have receipts. Stop playing. I think it's time for what we like to call the receipt. Receipts, motherfucker! Now listen. Here's a receipt posted by Andre Ward talking about how Triple G was ducking.
Okay, Nadi, what do you say to Andre Ward that says that you're ducking him?
No, Andre Ward is too much for me. Not today. Andre and this Andre, it's me.
Okay, Nadi, what do you say to Andre Ward that says that you're ducking him?
No, Andre Ward is too much for me. Not today. Andre and this Andre, it's me.
Andre Ward, I must say, that's Triple G. It's obvious. That's Triple G not having a firm grasp of the English language. He was responding to the reporter. He wasn't saying, I'm ducking Andre Ward. What he was saying was, I'm ducking these Andre Ward questions right now. I'm sick of it. I'm not going to talk Andre Ward. He's him. I'm me. You want to see it again? Check out what he was saying. He wasn't saying what Andre Ward was claiming he was saying.
Okay, Nadi, what do you say to Andre Ward that says that you're ducking him?
No, Andre Ward is too much for me. Not today. Andre and this Andre, it's me.
Okay, Nadi, what do you say to Andre Ward that says that you're ducking him?
No, Andre Ward is too much for me. Not today. Andre and this Andre, it's me.
Not today. That Andre Ward right now is too much for me. Not today. So those weren't the receipts. Okay? But I have the receipts. Who ducked Andre Ward or Triple G. And I want to say this. Everybody, jump in the war room. Who ducked? Now, we know Andre Ward was out of boxing for like 2 years, from 2013 to 2015. He fought at 175 in 2016. So you're talking about a year or so before Andre Ward moved to 175. And still, Andre Ward was talking about going back to 168 to take on Triple G. You tell me who ducked. Hold on real quick. Victor asked the video. I wonder, why were you shoot him on before throwing him from the plane? He ain't called out Ward, but he definitely called out Mayweather. Ha! Yeah, he called out a smaller guy. Nobody closer to his size. Let's see. I can't picture Triple G ducking anyone. I ain't even a fan, okay? I say politics, okay? Triple G Biz, come OG, okay? Let me see. Ward ducked, Ward ducked Stevenson and Triple G. Hit the like, everybody, if you can. All right. Well, listen here. Let's see what the receipts say. Let's get some receipts out there.
When you look at like Golovkin or you look at Chavez, like those guys are ducking me right now. I'm fine if they don't want to fight or feel like, you know, they're not ready, but don't try to convince the fans that nobody wants to see me fight and I don't have a fan base. Like, that's not going to work. You're going to have to be honest and tell the fans you don't want to fight.
I've talked to Andre about this when he calls out Triple G. I'm just wondering, like, Andre, that could be a really big fight, or it could be an okay, kind of big fight. I think Golovkin will fight anyone at this point, except for Andre Ward at the moment, a guy who's naturally bigger, pound for pound ranks higher, won a gold medal in the Olympics, hasn't lost in a million years. Like, and now you're supposed to jump in to a fight with a guy in the division above you who might be the best pound for pound fighter in the world before that fight's worth huge money. I get why Triple G wouldn't want to fight him.
You know, 3 years ago I said that nobody from 54 to 68 will go 12 rounds with Gennady. I say that now, again, not even Andre Ward will go, but Andre Ward's got to call Tom Loeffler's people got to call Tom Loeffler and make an offer. I mean, Andre Ward supposedly is the A fighter. Why is he calling him out if he's the A fighter? He should be making an offer.
You know, Rock Nation and Tom Loeffler, the fight was offered 50-50. Every detail was 50-50, and we made a conscious decision as a team to make him a 50-50 offer, just so there was no wiggle room about, 50-50, the weight, everything. Hey, that's great, you know, maybe if this fight is still high, we'll do it in 2017. Well, we know what that means. You know, I'm going to be honest about what happened. They didn't want the fight.
Before that fight's worth huge money, I get why Triple G wouldn't want to fight him.
I get it, you know, I understand. Like, I understand the business of boxing. They trying to protect their investment. But the issue that I have is, be honest about it.
Andre Ward's got to call Tom Loeffler's people got to call Tom Loeffler and make an offer.
You know, I talked to Tom Loeffler directly. You know, I don't play the internet game. But I saw Tom Loeffler, his promoter, after the Floyd Mayweather fight, and he was standing right there. I said, listen, man, if you guys want to build this fight up, then say that. Other than that, stop lying to the people.
Good night. Ah! King Kong. Listen, I remember like it was yesterday. Not facts at all. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Ask Max Kellerman. He doesn't have a horse in the race. The only horse he had in the race was Triple G, who was fighting on HBO. Max Kellerman was a huge Triple G fan. Listen to him. Bro, I remember like yesterday. Everybody knew Andre Ward wanted Triple G. Team Triple G didn't want that smoke back. It is what it is. He didn't want the smoke back. Now, here's the thing. Why not? Just like Max Kellerman said, they didn't want that fight right now. Triple G was just getting hot in the States, and they didn't want that fight with Andre Ward yet. It is what it is. you can hate Ward, you can love Triple G, or you can hate fans of Ward, whatever perspective you're trying to come from. Just the truth of you're not Triple G or Ward. Chill. The truth of the matter is this. You know Ward wanted him. You can't say Ward didn't want him. Look at it. You can at least say Ward didn't want him. Now, you can say you think Triple G would have won. That's a whole different conversation. But you can't say Ward didn't want him. Ward moved up to 175 to fight the 175 Triple G. See, everybody knew fighting Kovalev at that time undefeated was a huge step for Andre Ward, going up from 168 up to 175, fighting the scary Kovalev. Don't think of Kovalev now. Think of him when Ward fought him, which many people feel that Kovalev won that first fight. We know Andre Ward gave him that work in the second. Many people feel like he won the first fight. I thought Andre Ward did. I remember my brother, ShowBizz, a brother, my middle brother. He said Kovalev won that, man. And it's so funny when you have fights like that, like Brian Castano and Jamel Charlo. When I thought it was a draw, but people who think Castano won, they really know he won. See, I thought Andre Ward and Kovalev was close. It could have went either way. People who feel Kovalev won, they know Kovalev won. See, that's when you have to Floyd Mayweather, right? Castillo. People who think Castillo won, no, he won. Triple G, Canelo Alvarez, the first fight. It was a draw. Yeah, it was a draw. No. People who know Triple G won, they know he won. So they fought again. Kovalev and Andre Ward. Either way, Andre Ward showed, and we have the receipts for the community. Thank you so much, James West. Andre Ward showed, and we have the receipts that he wanted Triple G. Why didn't that fight happen? Because they didn't want Ward now. So the question is this. If they didn't want Ward then, would they want Ward after he knocked out Kovalev at 175? I don't know. I know that he wanted Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez had to work his way up. I know Triple G fought Kell Brook. I know he wanted Floyd Mayweather, but did he want Andre Ward? And we know he didn't want him at that time, but would he have wanted him later? We'll never know. Andre Ward, he retired, which is why, like I call this video in the thumbnail, regrets. Because now y'all fighting on Twitter. Let me see what we have to say. Unless a contract is sent and the other side didn't accept or sign, then it's a duck. Other than that, just two fighters talking, in my opinion. Did you watch the receipts? He said he sent the offer. He got the receipts. He can show the email. He's just not going to do that. The offers were sent. Did you watch? What are you doing? What are y'all doing? It's insane. I can show you guys the receipts, and y'all still, why talk in the war room if y'all just going to be stuck in your ways, not wavering at all, even when something is shown right in your face? Everybody, make sure you go by my Twitter. That's Biz Adult to get to the bag. I'll show you guys how to get to the bag. Ward was boring. Ward won the Super Series. Ward was a gold medal champion. Ward was undefeated, and Ward was ranked number 1 pound for pound. You can say what you want, but if you are a competitor, you want that smoke. What are you doing? Just say what it is. Why are you taking up for him? I'm just saying what it is. Because there's two sides to this. Andre Ward left early. Just when things were heating up, when he knocked out Kovalev at 175. He did it for his reasons. But I'm saying at this point, we'll never know. It's late now. 40 years old. Andre Ward been retired for 85 years. Okay? Let me see. I came in late, so I didn't see the offer. Then who didn't accept? Duck then. Triple G and them didn't accept. And Max Kellerman let you know. He told you. I can get why they don't want the fight now. Max Kellerman worked for HBO. He didn't have to cap. He just sitting there. He will have to be fighting a bigger, slicker, more accomplished athlete. He didn't want that smoke right now as his fame was really picking up. He'd rather fight Canelo. He told you, spend time listening. Spend time.
When you look at like Golovkin, or you look at Chavez, like those guys are ducking me right now. I'm fine if they don't want to fight or feel like they're not ready, but don't try to convince the fans that nobody wants to see me fight and I don't have a fan base. Like that's not going to work. You're going to have to be honest and tell the fans you don't want to fight.
I've talked to Andre about this when he calls out Triple G. I'm just wondering, like, Andre, that could be a really big fight, or it could be an okay, kind of big fight. I think Golovkin will fight anyone at this point, except for Andre Ward at the moment, a guy who's naturally bigger, pound for pound ranks higher, won a gold medal in the Olympics, hasn't lost in a million years, and now you're supposed to jump in to a fight with a guy in the division above you who might be the best pound for pound fighter in the world.
Bro, did you hear what he said? I think Triple G will fight anybody except Andre Ward right now. And when he was talking to Andre Ward, he was saying, I just want you to understand that would be a big fight later. He would not, his popularity is rising. You are all wrong for him right now, baby. You can stop all that in its tracks. They're not going to fight you. And you have to understand why. So Andre Ward found his bigger Triple G and moved up to 175. Why is that not? It's okay. It's okay. Flex on him. See. Pow. Let me see. Salute, ShowBizz. Yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday. Can I get a late B-Day shout out? Thanks. Happy birthday, my brother. Tice big. Have many more. Hey, look, bro. Eat healthy. Make sure you wash your hair well, your hygiene. Every move is a calculated step from here on out. Right? Don't just throw yourself in shit in the club, in dark alley clubs. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see. Duck, Lil G. Hey, look. You see this trolling? That's about what I expected in the war room. This is an old scab. Let me see. It hurt their pride. True. But Ward also knew that. What are we saying? Ward also knew that Triple G team, that not Triple G, but Team Triple G would be afraid of him. So he's good. What are we saying? You trying to make him at fault for something? Triple G ducked him. Yeah, but Ward, he knew that though. I wish I could fast forward this. But I'm going to show you guys what he said. Watch what he said at the end. Because what Ward was saying at the end, I'm not even mad that he's ducking me. I'm not mad that he's ducking me. I'm mad that y'all keep lying to the people about what happened. You want to handle your investment, take care of your investments, that's fine. But don't lie to the fans because they can't decipher the truth or not. You got y'all in the war room right now still thinking that Ward ducked. And that's what Ward was saying.
When you look at like Golovkin, or you look at Chavez, like those guys are ducking me right now. I'm fine if they don't want to fight or feel like they're not ready, but don't try to convince the fans that nobody wants to see me fight and I don't have a fan base. Like that's not going to work. You're going to have to be honest and tell the fans you don't want to fight.
I've talked to Andre about this when he calls out Triple G. I'm just wondering, like, Andre, that could be a really big fight, or it could be an okay, kind of big fight. I think Golovkin will fight anyone at this point, except for Andre Ward at the moment, a guy who's naturally bigger, pound for pound ranks higher, won a gold medal in the Olympics, hasn't lost in a million years. And now you're supposed to jump in to a fight with a guy in the division above you who might be the best pound for pound fighter in the world before that fight's worth huge money. I get why Triple G wouldn't want to fight him.
You know, 3 years ago I said that nobody from 54 to 68 will go 12 rounds with Gennady. I say that now, again, not even Andre Ward will go, but Andre Ward's got to call Tom Loeffler's people got to call Tom Loeffler and make an offer. I mean, Andre Ward supposedly is the A fighter. Why is he calling him out if he's the A fighter? He should be making an offer.
You know, Rock Nation and Tom Loeffler, the fight was offered 50-50. Every detail was 50-50, and we made a conscious decision as a team to make him a 50-50 offer, just so there was no wiggle room about, 50-50, the weight, everything. Hey, that's great, you know, maybe if this fight is still high, we'll do it in 2017. Well, we know what that means. You know, I'm going to be honest about what happened. They didn't want the fight.
Before that fight's worth huge money, I get why Triple G wouldn't want to fight him.
I get it, you know, I understand. Like, I understand the business of boxing. They trying to protect their investment. But the issue that I have is be honest about it.
Andre Ward's got to call Tom Loeffler's people got to call Tom Loeffler and make an offer.
You know, I talked to Tom Loeffler directly. You know, I don't play the internet game. But I saw Tom Loeffler, his promoter, after the Floyd Mayweather fight, and he was standing right there. I said, listen, man, if you guys want to build this fight up, then say that. Other than that, stop lying to the people.
Bingo. Now, some idiot said, I'm going by what Max Kellerman said. I read you in the comments in the war room. The reason why is because I'm showing Andre Ward and Triple G. I can't go by one or the other. They got their reasons. So Max Kellerman, who is getting paid by HBO to pump up Triple G, his best defense to take up for Triple G was, I'm trying to show you guys why he shouldn't take the fight. You clown. All right, so hold up. Politics calls the duck. Fighters want to fight. I always said Triple G was a monster, masterful boxer who team let him down. I always said that. Triple G was ready to get busy many times. His team. I remember when he fought Danny Jacobs and he had that struggle. And he said, these are the type of fights I've been wanting. I want to struggle. Yeah, I'm knocking out these guys and I'm dribbling them off the canvas, but I want to struggle. Triple G said that. When he struggled with Kell Brook those first couple of rounds, don't forget, Kell Brook exposed Triple G a little bit. Triple G ended up breaking his face. Max Kellerman, tried to make excuses for Triple G. Oh, he made himself look vulnerable so people don't duck him. No, Triple G said no. Yeah, I see that you try to make yourself try to game him into saying that. Triple G was like, no, I couldn't catch him. The dude was boxing well. When I called him, I got him. Let me see. No one told Ward to retire so early. No, exactly. He only has himself to blame at this point. Last I checked, Triple G is still here. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Here's my thing, though, brother. He's fine. He's fine. They asked him, who you wish you should have fought? And he was like, man, wish I had a fight with Triple G or whatever. It's all good. Triple G came back, said they ducked me. Triple G came back and went extra hard. But he fought Kovalev twice. He's fine. That's all he wanted to do. He's fine. He was fine then. If he ducks me, that's cool. I understand the business of boxing. Just don't lie to the people. Andre Ward is fine with retiring. But don't lie to the people. I'm the same way. Look, when I do my show, you have people in the comments, hey, you just did that for views. I don't do shit for views. I love to entertain, and I love to speak about boxing. I was doing Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall, which people ain't really big on that fight. I do what I do for the love. And I try to stop people from spreading nonsense about me because I hate that. Don't lie to the people. If you have something to say that I did, make sure that it's true. But don't go blatantly lying to the people. I hate when people...
Shut up, ShowBizz, the adult. Let's talk about some real fighting. Since we all know Josh Taylor's going to make Jack Catterall his this weekend, Islam Makhachev versus Bobby Green. And who's going to win that fight? We all know that Bobby Green took this fight on short notice. It's supposed to have been Makhachev versus Dariush. And quite honestly, I prefer Green. Though Dariush and Makhachev are two great fighters, we all know that fight was going to be on the ground for most of the fight. Bobby Green and Makhachev is action-packed. And before I talk about who I think going to win this fight, the most important thing is that Bobby Green is a bad motherfucker. That's right. Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Tony Ferguson, and Conor McGregor, they all said no to Makhachev. Bobby Green, he gave us all a hell yeah. So who's going to win this fight? I'll tell you this. One may think that Islam Makhachev should take the fight to the ground, forgetting that Islam is great on his feet too, with great timing, good strikes, good punch selection. I think this is going to be an action-packed fight, and with Bobby Green being a bad mother, he can mess around and be victorious this fight. Yeah, I said it. I know this fight is in short notice for Bobby Green, but it feels like it's even shorter notice for Islam. Why? Because Islam was prepared to roll around on the octagon for 75% of his fight with Dariush. Now he has to deal with a very talented, smooth, and a bad striker in Bobby Green. Look, I'm going with Islam Makhachev, but I must say, from the bottom of my heart, I'm rooting for Bobby Green. All right, War Room. Now back to ShowBizz, the adult, and his pathetic show. Have fun.
And I was on a roll too. This hacker, dog, we got to do something about this hacker. I don't know how he's doing this and how he's just jumping in and doing what he wants with my damn show, but I'm going to find him. And when I find him, I'm taking that hood off and I'm shoving it up your ass. All right, let me see what you have to say. How, Sway? Thank you so much, James West. $5 super sticker. I even lost my train of thought. I even lost my train of thought, but I'm going to show you guys how to get to the bag. Go to showbiztheadult.com/BUSR. Hey, BK, that's the new link. showbiztheadult.com/BUSR. I have a giveaway for that fight, for that UFC fight with Green and Makhachev. I have a giveaway for that fight. So, everybody, if you want to get to the bag, I'll show you how to do it on showbiztheadult.com/BUSR. So, let's switch up a little bit. I did hear ShowBizz the Lifeless. You called Brooke. I did hear ShowBizz the Lifeless bring up Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall. Now, I hope you guys like my little video where I was doing kind of like a little body language thing, and I was talking about how Jack Catterall was afraid. Did you guys feel me on that? Did you guys feel me on that at all? Did you feel me on that? I think he's scared. Hold on. Let me see what you have to say. Man, who is that hooded hacker? I have no idea. He be hating on Biz 100%. Got me thinking it's Champ Sidle from the brother. Come on. Under there. I love those brothers. Stop. LOL, just kidding. No drama. I can't. There it is. That's the link. Get to the bag. Let me see. Thank you so much, BK. I have to give you a giveaway, my brother. Hit me on Facebook. Let me see. Yeah, I felt you big time. Indeed afraid. Man, hell yes. And I'm going to tell you who else kind of felt me. We have a little message from your friend and mine, the OG, Old Gray.
Well, ShowBizz, I'm happy you called Jack Catterall out for being scared. But the only time I've ever been bit by a dog was my own. And that's because I tried to discipline him. and he got scared.
Okay. Look, because I think Jack Catterall is afraid of Josh Taylor, doesn't mean when you back that man in the corner, he doesn't come out swinging. I'm going to call that fight come Saturday. Live stream. Gotta be. I got to call the fight. It's for undisputed. What the hell? Boxing is boxing because of the man who beat the man who beat the man. He's undisputed lineal champion at 140. Got to call that fight, and I'm calling it early in the day. Don't forget. It comes on like at 1 o'clock Central Standard, something like that. And I'll be on early. But because that guy looks to be a bit afraid, doesn't mean he doesn't come out the corner swinging. What did I say about Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua? I said I didn't like how he looked in the weigh-in. I didn't like how he looked in the face-to-face. But I said if he gets hit, he's either going to cower or that beast's going to come out. Look, sometimes you can smack a person and they get angry. You see? And they don't know they got that in him. Out of muscle memory, digging deep, the fighter is in him. Don't forget, Jack Catterall is a fighter. So if he looks intimidated at any point in that face-off because he doesn't have the gift of gab to go back and forth with Josh Taylor, or he's just nervous in that setting, maybe he's more comfortable in the damn ring. OG's the man. Let me see. Get that oxygen on. Yeah, you got to get that oxygen. Hey, look, he's working on his health. The OG is working on his health. Bethany got him. Hey, look, fierce like fire, 100% King Joe. You feel me? Okay, so everybody, we got to move along because we're 41 minutes in and we still haven't done Twitter fingers. But first, I just want to say those were the receipts, motherfucker. Okay, so here, are you ready for Twitter fingers?
Twitter fingers.
Twitter fingers. Okay, Alexander Usyk. Let me see. Mike Tyson. I knew you were gonna go there. Sanate. I knew somebody brilliant was gonna go there. Mike Tyson was scared before fights too. 100%. He even cried. He used to cry. Ask Teddy Atlas. He used to cry before his amateur fights. He actually tried to quit and take and walk his ass home. Can you imagine small ankle, big booty Mike Tyson? Small ankles, big booty Mike Tyson. Walking his ass home filled with tears. And then he goes and he whip ass. Okay. All right. Come on. The Twitter fingers. Twitter fingers won. Usyk has now returned to the Ukraine and posted a video message after Vladimir Putin launched an invasion on Russia. The video is in Ukrainian, but his caption is in English, and it says no war. Okay. Trying to stay away from the politics, but the fact of the matter is, it can affect us. Lomachenko, Usyk. We're not going to talk in detail about it, but it bleeds into boxing. It's a thin line. I'm not going to talk to politics. We got boxing fans here from all over the world, okay? We unite for boxing. Here we go. Twitter fingers 2, Eddie Hearn and Wazerman. Oh, yeah, that's right. Have jointly won purse bids for the Herkovich and Zhang with a bid of $650,000. Heavyweight final eliminated to determine Usyk's next IBF mandatory challenger. If Usyk gets past AJ, we'll see what's going on with that. Next, Twitter finger 3. Vitaly Klitschko asks if he will be taking up arms after Vladimir Putin launched an invasion of the Ukraine by Russia. And here's what Vitaly Klitschko said. I don't have another choice. I have to do that. I will be fighting. Vitaly Klitschko and his brother, they both had a video stating on how they will be fighting. And, you know, if you want to talk about the history of boxing, Rocky Marciano, he served. Joe Louis served in the war. Sugar Ray Robinson as well. All the way up to Jamel Herring, right? 2 tours. We have many fighters who also fought for their country. All right, hit the Tyson bit. Moving on. Demetrius Andrade versus Zach Parker, full purse bid results. Now, Frank Warren, we know he won the purse bid. If you didn't know, Frank Warren won the purse bid for Andrade and Parker for the WBO interim super middleweight title. Whoever wins this becomes the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez for his WBO super middleweight title. Frank Warren for BT Sports, $1,834,050. And Eddie Hearn, $1,750,000. It's funny. So it's going to be by Frank Warren. He won the bid. I want to say this too. What I said about Jaime Munguia versus Janabek, and I said, well, he's been mandatory, right, for Andrade. And why didn't he fight Andrade? Why Janabek? Well, the truth of the matter is this. I read it wrong. And that was my fault. Jaime Munguia is fighting Janabek for the interim title, WBO title, at middleweight. Okay, let's move on. What's this? Twitter fingers 5. We got 2 more Twitter fingers. Usyk on Anthony Joshua. This is what he said. This is what Usyk said on Behind the Gloves. And please watch that interview, Behind the Gloves. They do an amazing job. I don't care if he's changing his trainers, talking about AJ. I really don't care what he's doing if he would like to have me to advise him. Maybe after 5 years when I'm finished with my career, I can establish a new team. Hilarious. I told you guys, Usyk doesn't give a damn. Hey, he got a new trainer. He got bigger. He lost weight. Who gives a shit? I ain't got that kind of time. I'm going to train for what I'm training for. I trained for a different AJ the first time. I thought the fights was going to be harder. So I don't got time to have guesswork on if he's going to be bigger, smaller, training with him. Hell, I'm going to do what I got to do. I feel him on that. He also said this about Tyson Fury. He said, Tyson Fury is lying. I never ducked anybody. If he wants, I can fight him right now with bare knuckles in the street. See, Usyk is a different animal. He's a different animal. In all my career, I never ducked anybody. I went to Russia to fight Gassiev. Facts. Hit the Tyson bell. Usyk's a real one there. And those, my friends, were the Twitter fingers.
Twitter fingers.
Twitter fingers. Talking about Usyk fight bare knuckle. We can fight bare knuckle in the street right now. Usyk too skilled for AJ inside and outside the ring. You know, that's the difference here. Okay. When AJ fought Andy Ruiz, you know, I was wondering if Andy Ruiz was better than him. He definitely wasn't a greater champion than AJ because he came in 300-something pounds and out of shape. So AJ's greater than him. And he's better than him. AJ came in with a game plan. He executed well, and he took the fight easily. All right? Andy Ruiz came in with, I hope AJ stands in front of me so I can hit him with 300 pounds. No. Usyk, on the other hand, showed to be better than AJ. Wobbling him one time, the other time, his corner was waving the towel. Okay? So I want to say this. Usyk looks like the bully. It's funny. Before that fight, I definitely had AJ beating Usyk. I figured it was going to be a tough fight early on when Usyk was a cruiserweight. But when I saw how Usyk was looking at heavyweight, I was starting to pull back a little bit. But I do know that Papachenko was not in his corner. Okay? With that said, Usyk looks to be the better fighter. So I want to say this. If AJ beats Usyk, You got to give him all the credit in the world, because that's what this is all about, baby. The best fighting the best. And if you hit the deck, if you fall on your back, how do you get up? Do you get up better than before? He definitely did that with Andy Ruiz. Do you get up even better this time? Losses just give you an opportunity. You can call it a loss or you can call it an opportunity. And it's an opportunity to see those holes that's been exposed and close them, right? And build on them and become a better fighter. Let me see what I have to say. ShowBizz, give us a word of respect for Klitschko brothers. I did. I gave an enormous amount of respect, comparing them to Sugar Ray Robinson, Joe Louis, and all those boys. Okay. I really don't know. I'm from the States, so I don't know what they're going through. All right. But if you're fighting for what you believe in, okay, I mean, that's honorable from your perspective, right? Let me see. You talk life, my man. 100% hit the Tyson Bell. Okay, so we got 10 minutes left. And everybody, if you haven't hit the like, just enjoying the damn show, but not hitting the like, come on. Come on. All right? You're sitting there just freeloading. Hit the like.
Hit the like. Your fingers over here be like, there's nothing to hit the like. You know what you like.
Okay. So are you guys ready? Are you ready for ShowBizz advice? Let me know. or do we have another scab to pick? Let me know. So hot down here. Nobody beats the Biz. Nobody beats the Biz, my boy. Let me see. Y'all ready for who wins, Charlo versus Plant? Right now, I got Plant because I think Plant is a close fight anyway. But after that Canelo work, right? Look, let me ready, Biz. And before I go there, before I go to ShowBizz advice, I want to say this too about Jack Catterall. Okay. When Josh Taylor said, have you fought anybody on my level? There's levels to this. You haven't fought anybody to this level. Jack Catterall did not have a response. He seems to be out of his league. And here's a message I want to send you guys. That's exactly why, and I keep mentioning it, why Plant was in the middle of the ring with Canelo Alvarez saying, I'm a good boxer, right? Right? I'm a good boxer, right? He hasn't been there. He was trying to prove himself. These fighters got to fight each other on their way. If you have shit else to do, fight another real one. Don't twiddle your thumbs or pick on a cherry pick. Because you'll find yourself like Jack Catterall now face to face with an undisputed fighter who got the Muhammad Ali trophy, who did all those things. Now he's ready. See, Plant now, he's been in there with Canelo Alvarez. What you are mostly is what you are, mostly. So they both got 2 arms, 2 legs. They both train. They both good fighters. The difference is Caleb Plant was beating Canelo for a portion of that fight, and now he knows what kind of fighter he can be. He'll look down on Charlo fighting him. Now Charlo got to beat Plant off of his pedestal. Now Plant is on top of the world after a loss, after being knocked out. He's looking down at Charlo. You haven't been under the lights I've been under. Under the heat and pressure I've been under. Charlo will have to step up and knock him off his pedestal on the low, on the real. That's the Black 2 Sugars. Let me see. Yeah, 100%. Facts. Plant will also outbox Benavidez. Yeah. But that Benavidez is a huge challenge. But yeah, I got Plant. Usyk and ESBC Biz. I saw that ESBC in the back. Boy, we doing our thing. Shout out to ESBC. We are doing our thing. All right. So, my bad. ShowBizz advice. We got 5 minutes. We'll go a little bit over. Everybody, let's since we're done with boxing, everybody letting you guys know we're about to do ShowBizz advice.
ShowBizz the advice.
ShowBizz the
advice. that gets me every time. I can't find the advice right now. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, how many of you guys know about the advice that I did earlier? Hit the Tyson Bell. Here's part 2. Okay. He says, ShowBizz. First, I want to say that when you read my email, I was losing my head. Why? You are a real one for reading my email and doing what you do. You know, it's so funny. That's why I have that title sequence, ShowBizz, the advice, and the dude getting kicked in the nuts. I can go totally off, but these guys never take it personally. It's funny as hell, but I love it. Thick skin. Right? Thicker than Ms. Biz butt. So guess what? All right, let's go. Now, I want to say that I didn't take your advice. I didn't take your advice to leave them both alone because I sent you that email 3 weeks ago. I sent you that email 3 weeks ago, and since then, a lot has happened. Okay, so look. Yeah, I read it a couple days ago, but it was an old email. So by the time I gave him the advice, just to catch you guys up, this guy is dating a girl, and he started falling for the little sister who's falling for him, okay? And I said leave both of those girls alone. But he said he didn't take the advice. A lot has happened because of the 3 weeks. Fine. Okay. So I guess here's the update. I broke it off with the big sister. Good. That's what I said. And now secretly seeing the little sister. See, now you moving like a boy. That's what I was trying to have you avoid. See, now you moving like a boy. Now you secretly with the little sister, we got to hide behind the tree. See, now you moving like a damn kid. That's why I said leave them both alone. Now you shh, let's kiss. Shh. All right, here we go. Dude, like a week after we met, she asked me to come by to help her with this class she's taking. Yeah, come by and help me with this class I'm taking. And we totally made out. Brother, you knew that when you stop. Don't act. Take responsibility. You were hoping that she calls you over. When she did, you ran over, put the cologne on. You knew what was up. You probably started it. Where we at? And totally made out. Her sister wasn't home, and we both knew she wouldn't be. Her sister wasn't home, and we both knew she wouldn't be. Oh, well then, brother, the sister the sister's getting bent over by the ex. You getting played like a cheeseburger without the cheese. See, y'all didn't kiss until the 5th date, and y'all didn't make out and none of that stuff because she wasn't done with the ex. She wasn't done, just like the war room said. She wasn't done with the ex. She wasn't done with that situation. You were a little rebound. You were in between. Okay, hold on. While you playing out, now you mad. R. Kelly in the Closet, episode 38, 100%. Now you mad. Yeah, she's getting bit. She's getting bit. Okay, hold on. Her sister wasn't home, and we both knew she wouldn't be. The strange thing is, when I broke it off with her sister, she did ask if it had something to do with her little. Wait, the strange thing is, when I broke it off with her sister, or the big sister, she did ask if it had something to do with her little sister, as if she knew. Of course she knew. Mama, what you say? let me tell you something. See, Mama knew. Mama called me after that advice. The little sister been out. The little sister been finer than the big sister. And the sister, they both know it. The little sister's been outperforming her big sister forever. That's why she was so confident when you came over. She said, "Oh, another one for me." See, the little sister been taking a big sister man for years. This ain't nothing new. This a layup. All right, so hold up. As if she knew. Since then, we've been meeting at school and even gone out a few times. Oh, you and the little sister. Okay. We are really enjoying our time together. No, this. But she is feeling very guilty about her sister. No, she ain't. Her trifling ass. No, she ain't. Don't fall for that. That's just all games. About her sister, and my best friend has been really distant. Oh yeah, the best friend. His best friend is their cousin. Hold on. A wise man once said, if she keeps it shaved, you are not the only one riding the wave. Meaning grass does not grow on a busy street. Hey, brother. I never heard that before, but I'm going to use it. Dude. Yeah, because the best friend is their cousin. Hold on. We are really enjoying our time together, but she is feeling very cute. And let me tell you, brother, be careful. Be careful. Y'all enjoying y'all time together because it's sneaky and she's trying to feel guilty. If everything gets wide open and everybody's fine with y'all dating each other, she's going to drop you like a bad habit. That's part of the taboo, that y'all sneaking and half-assing and all right. If everything like you want it, falling in love like you want it, this girl trifling. I just want to tell you. I'm sorry. I don't care how much you like her. She's trifling. Once this get wide open and everybody cool, your best friend cool with you again, the sister doesn't hold no grudge, you notice that she's back with the ex, when everything's cool, you're gone. She gonna lose her attraction to you. You know they stanking. My friend's been really distant lately. He's either hanging out with our other friends or doing something else when I'm hanging with them. Yeah, because you bogus. I told you, brother, you messed around for that little sister. You done lost everything. Your respect, your best friend, everything. Hey, Biz, how you feel about Victor Postal fighting this weekend with his family in Ukraine? I'm not in Ukraine. I don't. How do you think he will perform? I don't know. He took the fight, so he must be fine. I don't know. Okay. Here's the question. How do I get everything back how it was and keep Jessica? Oops. See? Why you put her name down there? Now game over. Game over, dog. Okay. Why? Because I think we can really be great together. Shouts out to the War Room, Mama Biz, and Ms. Biz. Why you put her name there? Brother, you got no game. It's over. Jessica. Now, the name out. Jessica. Now, best friend, everybody. He's sending me emails about Jessica's ass. That's it. Get your lame ass. That's it. Get your lame self out of here. That now. I don't want to snitch, but you messed me up. Don't put her name in the email. You sent a picture too. If you sent the picture, I would have put it up. Crazy ass. Don't put her name in now, and now you got me snitching. See, that's your problem. Now you got me snitching. All right, y'all. That's the ShowBizz advice.
ShowBizz the advice.
ShowBizz the advice. Come on, dog. Everybody, thank you guys so much for showing up to the Primetime Show, Thursday Primetime with the Biz on Thursdays. Facts Friday is tomorrow. Don't forget, I'm doing a full day live commentary this Saturday. Don't forget to go by showbiztheadult.com/BUSR. I'm going to show you guys how to get to the bag there. Let me see. smelling like dog food and baby powder. ShowBizz, don't trying to cover up shit with a carpet. I'm out. Man, got me snitching.